Alright, welcome guys to another Math Simplified video. Today we'll be doing coordinate plane basics. Okay, so coordinate plane basics. So if you notice here we have like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but here we have like a little square. And then here we have like a bunch of rows and columns, right? So essentially this is a coordinate plane. And here, if you notice, we have a line which is the x-axis, which goes horizontally. And then we have a y-axis, which goes vertically. So those are two things you gotta know, the x-axis and the y-axis. So here we have another demonstration. And here what you also gotta know, this is quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And then here we have the y-axis. And then here we have the x-axis. But something else that you gotta know is the origin of where the coordinate plane begins from, in a way. And it begins from the origin. And what's the origin? The origin is this dot, I don't know if you see it there, that divides this into like 4 different quadrants. And that dot over there, its location is at 0, 0. Okay, because here we have, look, here in the x-axis, this is how it works. We have 0, 1, we have positive numbers to the right, and then we have negative numbers to the left. So this is where essentially everything starts, right? And then if you look at the y-axis, we have from on top of the 0 we have positive numbers, and then from the bottom we have negative numbers, so -1, -2, -3. So essentially, if you notice, this is where everything starts from, and then how everything moves from right, or to the left, or also up and down, So that's why it's essential to know where the origin starts, which is at 0, 0. So as I said, so you gotta memorize the quadrants. So the quadrant 1 is in the top right. Quadrant 1 is in the top right. Quadrant 2 top left. Quadrant 3 would be in the bottom left. And then quadrant 4 bottom right. So here we have a couple of practice problems. Plot the points on the coordinate plane. So 3, 2. So one thing you gotta know about each quadrant is which one is positive and which one is like negative. So if you notice here, for point A we have +3 and +2. So what does that mean? That it's gonna be in quadrant 1, because if you notice, quadrant 1 has all positive numbers. Here, all of these are positive and all of these are positive. So point A would be in this quadrant, okay? Quadrant 1. So give the coordinates of the origin. Well, the origin starts over here at 0, 0. So what would we put here? Give the coordinates of the origin. We would put 0, 0. Okay, and graphing points. A point is represented by an ordered pair x, y. So here you notice x would be 2 and y would be 3. If you notice, x always goes first and then y goes second. So if we want to plot a point, what we would do is find 2. So you notice here that we have a 0. This is where it starts, right? So if we have a 2 as the x coordinate, then we gotta move 2 to the right. So it would be here. That would be 2, right? But essentially, it wouldn't be 2, 0, because we have a 3 here as well. So if there's a 3, that means that if, like, according to the y-axis, we have to move 3 upwards. So let's see. Here, we wouldn't be able to plot the point there. So this is 2, right? And then we gotta find 1, 2, 3. So according to the x and y, it would be there in that point, and it would be 2, 3. So yeah, this is just the basics of graphing points, and the first number tells the x-axis and the second one tells the y-axis. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully you learn something about coordinate plane basics. Thank you.